Hi friends, welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. Now, don't turn the video off if you're not into the Mustang, because it's not about this Mustang, okay? We just got this in here. If you saw last video, you saw we got it in here. I got the wheels done, all that kind of stuff, okay? This video is going to be on working on those GT parts for Josh. All right, I showed you gave you a little taste of that in the last one. I showed you the base coat to put on, okay? And then I told you at the end of the last video, I was going to spray clear. Well, I did. I had trouble with the gun, trash and everything. It cleared it. It was old clear because we didn't have hardener for the clear he bought. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I could give you an excuses list that long, but it don't matter. It ain't right. It's got to be redone, okay? I'm thinking that the color's going to be okay. What we need to do is sand the clear that we got on there. It's been almost, well, tonight it'll be 1 week. No. Tomorrow night it'll be 1 week. Anyway, it's been about a week. It's drying up the wet sand. So, we're going to go back in. I'm going to sand on that. So, we're going to bring you along. First, I'm going to show you what we did and, you know, whatever. And then I'm going to show you now how we're going to fix it. Okay? But like I say, sometimes good enough ain't good enough. But if you fool with body work and clear and paint and all that, yeah. You might have trouble hearing me right now. It's raining outside. This shop, the tin on the outside, of course, and it's pretty loud. So, just bear with us. I hope you enjoy it, okay? You might see some things what not to do and some things to do. So, let's get to it and see if we can get it all straightened out for Josh. But thanks for coming back and thanks for watching. Now, what did I do with that sandpaper? Good. You go over that little sand. Okay, I've got to order more filler. I thought I had a whole lot more. I started rubbing some more on the top. It needs a whole nother skim over most all of it. You can see all that. It's not thick, it's just not even. Trying to smooth out a little bit more in little spots. It needs a whole section through here. And then smooth it out and then sand it more. But I'm running low on filler. Thought I had more. That's okay. I had a couple of little holes. Kind of like, well, kind of like that. And that's just that's in the fiberglass. Remember, there's a thin mat of fiberglass over this, and then just a thin skin of filler. That's why it looks so rough. It's really not that thick, not that much on it. I had some that were going on down into the fiberglass, worse than this. It's a little deeper, back over here. And I put a little duct tape on it when I need to let it sit outside. Put a few little pieces of duct tape over it so I didn't want moisture to get under it, you know, a little deeper, back over here. And I put a little duct tape on it when I need to let it sit outside, put a few little pieces of duct tape over it so I didn't want moisture to get under it, you know. And so I went ahead and filled those and then leveled out a little bit more there. But like I say, I'll hit that with a rough sand, but I need to fill the whole, skim the whole, really the whole roof again. But I'm going to go around and do all these little edges like this, where it caught the edge of the thing in the spreader, stuff like that. So I'll get all these little places first. That just needs, see, that's a little bit of fiberglass right there. You hear it. See? I need to sand that a little more. I need to feather edge it more. We might need need a little skim across there. And all these are rough looking spots. That's just where I sanded the paint. With that, it's sanded all the way through to the metal. Just kind of dipped in the paint, not feather etched. So it looks worse than it is. But I wanted to get, you know, at least some on it right now because I'm going to put it outside. Because Josh is on his way over and he wants to fix and paint that hood. And so I don't think it's supposed to really rain anytime soon. But it just makes me feel better with a little filler on it. See all these little edges. Just need to go through and rub all that down with filler. Smooth it out. Every little bit you do.
You didn't spin them in right behind the zip.
base coat on the hood. Yeah, it's a little streaky looking, but that's common. Now I'll do a cross hatch pattern on the next coat. And a little vent cover things. What side window? Quarter window covers. They're looking all right too. But this black rubber wing ain't wanting to take it, and I kind of figured it wouldn't. So I did break out a little bit of red primer. And that's what you see now. It's just a light coat of the red primer. I'm hoping that'll hold. And he's trying to steady those corner pieces. They're a dog. There's no way to really hold them or hang them or anything to get all the way around them. So, but we getting there. I can't film it all because it messes up. It gets paint on my camera. So I'll keep you a little clear. Now, here is the paint that Josh got. R&E. Never heard of it. Pre-reduced, ready to spray. And of course, this is the course, what we got. This is what I sprayed. Seemed to do okay. I don't like pre-reduced because then it means you get on base coat, you get half the paint and half reducer. I just seem to get all the paint and buy a reducer. That way you got more paint. But anyway, got that. Now, he got the same, well, yeah, U-Paul clear coat. It's the cheapo. He said it's like 50 bucks. And it's not going to have real good UV protection, if any. It's the cheaper stuff. But he failed to get the hardener for it. So we don't have any hardener. So we're not going to use this because we don't have hardener. But I did find a little dusty, a little dust on the bottle. I did find some True Finish that I had. I don't think this is going to be very expensive stuff either. I don't think this is going to be the good stuff, but it shouldn't be bad. I do not remember what I used this on, but I used it, got about half there, and of course I got the hardener with it, True Finish hardener. So we're going to use this on his paint. So now, let me mix some up. All right, y'all help me do some math here. This mix is 4-to-1. Now normally I have the good cups like this one. Used to get them through the PPG, and it's got all the mixing ratios on it. 1-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1 right here, okay? And they're really good cups. And you can still order these, but they ain't cheap. I used to buy the paint out there and they'd give you a few of these and stirring sticks and all that. But anyway, them days are gone. So we got these, we got from Walmart, I think. They're like you measure whatever, mix whatever, house paint, whatever. But 4-to-1, I'm not doing my math now. I'll break out my fingers. Might have to take my shoes off for this one. But anyway, if you got 4 ounces, it means you're going to have 1 ounce of hardener, right? Y'all check after me now. So 8 ounces of clear would be 2 ounces of hardener. On up, okay, so I think I'm going to do a pint of clear. So if I do 16 ounces of clear, then I'll just go to the next 20 ounce with the hardener, right? Because that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of 4. And then this will be 1 section of 4, because that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'd be to there. Does that sound right? If it don't harden, I'll know I did something wrong. But anyway, let's get that mixed up. All right. See if I can get this to sit kind of level. There we go. All right, let's give it a little shake. Guy said, you just want to use some of your old stuff. Let me show you this. This is the one I found first. There it is. This one is a little bit older, okay? But it is clear coat. I mean, almost the whole thing is clear coat. And hardener. He said, you just want to use that old stuff. I said, no. And then I got digging around and found this. It's not as old. It's probably pretty good. I do not remember what I had this for. Go Kresge. Let's see here. $16. Needless to say, this is several years old. It's going to have to be. I'm going to spray clear in a while. And then urethane clear coat hardener. Press dig in. All right. They're in child-proof caps. What the heck? Never smell this stuff. Yeah. Ooh. All right. There's another stir stick. I got him to get that for me yesterday. And there we go. We stir this up for a minute, get everything all set up. We'll be ready to put it in the gun and get spraying. Finished spraying the clear, the last of the clear. And I am not pleased at all. And I'm gonna tell you this is why I don't do this for people anymore. Which ones we had to kind of haphazard the clear. Oh yeah, back a little bit is not too bad. Things aren't clean enough, that's for sure. But we have a massive pollen, time here. Trees everywhere. And standing back, this ain't too bad, but you can see this reflection is not clear. It's not a good, strong reflection. Like over here, it's not bad. Get over here, we can see the light. It's not bad, from a distance. But see how rough it is? Look at the middle. Look at this little dot right here. See, that's crap right there. That's a dry spot. That's a bad spot in the clear. And see, it comes back. This side, not too bad. Got a little orange peel, it's got trash all in it. A lot of the trash is because we rushed it. We did a lot of sanding. See, you see how rough it is right here. We did sanding and painting. I mean, it's just loaded with trash. And then the clear, I don't know about that old clear. The temperature might not be quite right for it. In spots, it's okay. But I don't know why it did so dry and so orange peely in places. Dry and orange peely, that's just odd. My gun ain't acting right either. I ain't trying to blame everything but me, because I'm the one that handled it. But if your gun ain't right and the temperature's not ain't right, I mean, this looks more like a dry spot that I kind of missed, but I went down the middle good. But look at the edge. Look at the edge over here. Not bad on the edge. And that little place I fixed on the corner, not too bad. Yeah, I ain't happy with that at all. What I'm gonna talk to him about, I'm gonna talk to him just a little bit. He ain't gonna be happy either. He says, oh, it don't matter, as long as the color's about right and fix the corner. No, he ain't gonna be happy with this. I mean, look at that edge. That edge ain't bad at all. So if the edge will do that, why well, I want to do it up here? I think that might be just something I kind of, I don't know. But all that crap, that ain't just all me. It's not good. Didn't do good. But what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna see if he will go ahead and order the hardener for that clear he's got. And then maybe we'll give this a couple days. This is Sunday here. I just finished up the last video on the Mustang. I mean, this is Sunday, early Sunday. So I got another week before this video comes out. These didn't come out too bad. Not perfect, not great. Everything's got dirt all in it, trash. I did too much sanding too quick and all this pollen. This is horrible. Look at all the trash in this thing. Which, this was, he kind of rough sanding on that. And I don't know, that just, we didn't prep these things as good as we should have. And I ain't blaming him one bit. But this is why you don't let a customer push you quick. This kind of crap can happen. It ends up making you take more time instead of less time. So see now all these panels really need to be sanded back down and at least re-cleared. It ain't real good on the paint, but the paint will probably be all right. You clean up more, get all this crap out of here and get these up off the floor. But see, this is up off the floor. And it's just bad. I mean, these ain't quite as bad as this thing. We didn't prep them exactly right. These turned out best of all. And they still ain't right. So here we go. A lot more work to do. We should have just done it right and took our time to begin with. So what we need to do now is take this and wet sand it, try to smooth it out a little bit, and then put some more clear on it. So it's just, and it still ain't gonna be exactly right, but we might at least be able to get it slick and shiny. We're still gonna have a little trashy down in it under the clear and the paint. Because I think pollen ended up getting in on it and dust and all that. But you can even live with some of that, a little bit of trash in the paint, but when it's like that, I mean, that's just crap. If this was mine, what I'd probably do is the edge is looking not too bad. I'd probably come in and spray the top of the scoop gunmetal gray. Well, on his got the kind of light tan interior. He ought to do it more of a gold or a tan. That'd be kind of pretty. But whatever. We probably end up needing to redo it. Customer not going to be happy. Story of my life. But we got this week. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, you really see it here. Now, it is not good at all. A lot of trash, orange peel. Yeah, not good. I mean, in places, it's got a little bit of shine. But it's not good. Definitely not good enough. Sometimes good enough is not good enough. So I got some sandpaper. I think you can bring some too. I brought the old clean trash can back up. Brought a bucket of water, clean water, a couple of Oxbow, not Oxbow, I'm sorry, golden buckle alfalfa hay boxes. So we can set some of this stuff up, get it up off the ground over here. But we gotta do some wet sanding and do some re-clear. So, we get to it.
I don't want to do those ears. Yeah, I thought it was kind of tricky how they wrote it, for sure. I kind of thought it almost like helped both parties, like the amending thing and then the restore fairness, but I'm like, look. The last thing you read was restore fairness to blah blah blah. You're like, yeah, we should do that. Yeah, I'm really hoping that settles, because that is fucked up. You said you don't need to hit the sides?
What side? The very end?
Yeah.
I would hardly say you want to see. Might still be able to go trash between the two. I'm hoping not.
I think this is a bad one to check here, because this thing is so porous.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much any of that polyurethane crap is going to be a piece of crap. Still don't know how we're going to do that either.
Well, you count it, count it. I really would use it. No way to watch it, Lola. Hey, you just keep it wet all the time and look good.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that, it'd be like Washington or Oregon. It rains all the time. Look at that. All right, we've done some sanding. It's still rough, especially this floor. These things still looking real rough, but we got them pretty close. Hood is looking bustable, but we got a little spot right here. But we did get through back here, so we're gonna. He's opening the other little can of paint right now. We're just gonna just touch that up. Oh, this over here. sanded the clear, and it's looking pretty, the whole clear. It's looking pretty good. And yeah, the hood you will see the most, so we want that to look the best. Still might be a couple little spots. It ain't too good. But we're gonna try to make it right. Pretty good. A little bit crap in. Not too bad. Actually got 3 coats because we sanded on one, but I think we'll go ahead. It's not quite perfect in here the way I'd like it, but it's the cheaper clear. Josh is turning me on to that. I do like it. I'll probably use it some more, but I don't know how the UV protection is. But it does shine pretty good. These pieces not too bad. They ended up had a little more trash in it than the other. I'll throw it to this to really put a little better shine on But the spoiler, oh my God. We're gonna wait on that. We'll have to sand on that some more. Cause I don't know, it's fish-eyed, it ran, it ain't happy. And we're not happy. So we're gonna redo that, but we're gonna go ahead and put a third coat on all this. Josh tried to lose his mind. He wants it all on the car at the same time, but he don't want to wait. All right, let's see if we can get a third coat on it and not make it worse. All right, it's still a little dusty and a little foggy in here. I just finished spraying. Josh left probably an hour ago. I just finished. I put the 2 coats on it. It looked pretty good. I think I showed you that. And then I did a third coat and went bad. There's a little bit of a dry spot right here. I didn't like that. And so I thought, well, I went down to the house, took a little break. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna put another coat on it. Came back up, mixed up a little bit more, put another coat on it. It was looking pretty good. Had a little dry spot in the middle. So I touched that up. Then it was a little fuzzy around it. So I went ahead and put another coat, another light coat on it then. Wet coat, I guess you'd say. And I ran out over on that edge. So I had to go mix some more to do this edge. Lord. It is a long ways from perfect, but it's not bad. I think he'll be all right with that. A couple of little places that I can see I ain't happy with, but I ain't gonna point them out because I don't think they're that noticeable. But not bad. Not bad. I think that'll do. Not too bad. Yeah, I like it. And even hit these again. They had a lot of trash in them, but trying to get them just to shine. A lot better. A lot better. Now we gave up on the spoiler. I'm saying that again. But look at this thing. It not only ran, but it's got some fish eyes. It's hard to see, but it's got some fish eyes in it. And all kinds of trash in the, just in it. See, I didn't put any more clear on that. But it's been a dog. It's been awful. Look at that. I mean, that's not just runs right there. That's fish eye runs. You see how it looks like it's drawn away from it? Has something on it. That's gonna be a dog. I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna work it, I'm gonna sand it again, clean it again. But this spoiler has been a massive dog. It really has. There's something on it we didn't get off good enough. Get back a little bit, it looks pretty good. But I mean, it's terrible. It's gonna take a lot of work to get that right. But I'm finally pleased that these have trash in them. That's from before. But we wet sanded them. And they've come out, they're pretty slick. A little bit, still got a little bit of trash here and there, but it's not bad. Ain't gonna be that noticeable. But I'm pretty pleased with this. Not perfect, but not bad. Got a little extra clear in the gun before just dumping it out. I'd already painted this 6-cylinder, 250 6-cylinder valve cover orange about a year ago. Had it in another part of the shop. I just pulled it out, wiped it off. Thought I'd put a coat on it. Most likely it's going to just kind of go on the wall as ornament anyway, but I got the engine that came off of it. I think it looks pretty good. Chevrolet. There we go, see if I can get it a little better. Right, pretty valve cover. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video. Don't worry, I'll show you a little bit when we put it on the car and all, but this is actually Sunday afternoon, and I'm trying to get everything together. This is going to be tomorrow's video. So, I just finished this up last night. It's not bad. It's pretty much dry. I mean, it's dry to the touch. Not bad, not perfect, but not bad. I hope you'll be all right with it. I think you will. But I'm satisfied with it. Could be better. Could be a whole lot worse. It was a whole lot worse. And then we wet sanded it and re-cleared it. That's a lot better. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't say I did. Body work's a pain in the butt. I tell you that. It's a lot of work. That's why they call it body work. But if you get a decent result, you're very pleased with it, and you feel like you've accomplished something, because really you have, okay? If you're interested in it and you want to do it, just get started. Get you a gun, get you some cheap paint, find you a fender or a beater car or something. You're not going to do perfect every time. You might get pretty good sometimes. You just got to stick with it, okay? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I guess I did. I enjoyed the part that this is done now anyway. I still got to work on that spoiler. That's a dog. I ain't looking forward to that. But anyway, you come back next time and we'll show you putting this on and maybe getting a little work done on the Charger too. I need to do that. I need to do a little more body work on that if this ain't fixing me for that. But anyway, and I got to work on that spoiler for him a little bit more. But these other things turned out pretty good, and I'm pleased with that. So you come back and we'll show you all that too. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You help my algorithms when you do that. I really do appreciate it. And you come back to see me, and I'll be here, good Lord willing, and I'll see you at the shop. Now remember, subscribe and get your sandpaper out and start working. Oh yeah, let me tell you this. Prep is the most important thing to a nice paint job, okay? I know people say that. I'll explain that a little bit more in a later video maybe, but you gotta put in the time to get it right. If you got something rough, you throwing some paint on, it's gonna look rough. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for coming back. Come back again, okay?